I was really looking forward to speaking to you today, Erin. I've got a special interest in what you do with somatic experiencing, so I'm really looking forward to hearing about that.
Okay.
Could you tell me a little bit first about your journey and how you came to work at Promise?
I started in 2010 working here. I've been in recovery myself since 2003, and I guess I'm not really sure how I started here particularly. I came for an interview, someone suggested there was a job and I came for an interview, and I liked the idea of, from being in recovery myself and working with people in recovery, working in a place like this was kind of another opportunity to really get involved and support people, because I'm really passionate about recovery and because it's a really important thing for me myself, you know. Getting clean was a massive thing for me, and also I grew up in a household with a parent that was addicted to drugs, so you know I'm very, very passionate about how this kind of thing can change people's lives, and I see it every day, you know, and I kind of get quite emotional when I talk about it, because I feel very passionate about it, and I feel grateful actually to be working here some of the time. Like, you know, it can be very challenging. It has its challenges, but you know, I every now and again you hear from a client that was here, and you notice. Because every now and again you'll see a glint in someone's eyes when they kind of get something switches on, and you can see that they've kind of got an idea of what recovery is for them, and then you hear from them maybe weeks or years later, and they're doing well, and that's, you know, that's what it's all about, I guess. So,
and you're right, we are so fortunate to work for an organisation in this location here in Kent.
Yeah.
It's a really special place.
Yeah, it is a beautiful place, it really is. You know.
So when you joined Promise, in what capacity did you join?
I started as an HCA, so I started doing nights. I was doing night shifts, and then it kind of moved from that onto doing shiatsu. That was my thing, kind of doing body work and doing fitness and just general addiction therapy, I guess, you know, working with clients, and that's kind of progressed as the years have gone on, and all my interests, because I've been working as a shiatsu therapist I started in the early 90s, and body work and meditation and all these kind of things, and so I've been very, very interested in working with anxiety and working with the nervous system, and I've in the last few years I've been really focusing on somatic experiencing, and it's great because it kind of ties everything together, and it's a really clear understanding of the nervous system and how we can help people to kind of regulate and deal with their traumas. And yeah.
So was it a natural progression for you to start off working it with shiatsu and then move into somatic experiencing?
Well, they do go very well together. Yeah, it does. There is a lot of what I noticed a lot when I'm working with shiatsu with people was how I could really help people to regulate their nervous system, and I was very sensitive to trauma. I could really feel people's trauma and how dysregulated they were or uncomfortable, and through quality of touch or just the presence or being beside someone can really help them to feel safe. And through understanding more about the nervous system, I understand more about a thing called co-regulation, and that's where the nervous system, we're mammals basically, and all mammals feel safer with other mammals. Safe mammals. They have to be safe mammals. So it all sort of ties in very well, and there is an aspect of somatic where sometimes touch is used. So It's a very natural progression. And also working with addiction, because I kind of feel that a very, very high percentage of people with addiction have layers of trauma, of layers of maybe developmental trauma or dysregulation. And they talk about obsessive thinking is a sympathetic or a fight and flight kind of response, that kind of ruminating and going over and over and thinking the same, going around and around in loops and circles. And so if you can help someone to become more regulated or to feel safety within their own nervous system or body, then that can really slow down that kind of, and give you enough time to maybe do whatever it takes to keep yourself safe. You know, pick up the phone or go and talk to someone, or you know. So,
you and I were speaking the other day about how a lot of our patients, you know, a lot of people in addiction use alcohol, drugs to regulate their nervous system, and I guess it just plays into our ethos here that we treat our patients as a whole. We don't just treat the alcoholism and addiction, but we treat the core underlying issues such as anxiety and as you were saying, that nervous system dysregulation. Yeah,
absolutely. And alcohol, they say a lot of people that use chemicals, it can be a way of, it's almost a learnt behaviour to deal with that dysregulation in your nervous system. It's almost a coping mechanism. It can be. I guess that's my kind of role in this at Promise more than anything, is to help people with the body. You know, I help people with the nervous system and with shiatsu as well, kind of calming the nervous system to feel safe, like kind of removing some of the knots and the stress and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much for speaking to me today, Aaron. It's been amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.